Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your monthly forecast for November 2025. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Sagittarius, happy birthday. I'm very excited for you. I did tell you this is going to be your most unforgettable birthday season. You're going to go through a lot of change. There's probably a lot of things that you're going to reveal too. I'm looking up what's going on for you. This is going to be amazing. You already got big changes happening. If you are new to my channel, by the way, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your full spread. Then I break it down week by week. I'll talk about some aspects that are, I want you to watch out for. Pull more cards. And then we'll do the second spread. But here's the thing. If you saw my November astrology overview, which I'll leave at the end of this video because there's a lot of things I say there that I'm not going to say here, okay? This is a bonkers month, and I said that in that video again, bonkers. You see everything underlined in hot pink. What is that? This is all transits and retrogrades, yeah. And yeah, of course, there's a lot more on the back, but what does this even mean? Transits and retrogrades? I gave blue asterisk, by the way. They're always the best aspects of the month, and I did leave one. But that's the thing about November. There are nearly 40 aspects, and that's only planets. I mean, this is going to be a big month. Buckle up, all right? Because your radical transformation that you've been going through since the prison portal this past summer, then through September's eclipse season, yeah, where you learned surprises and twists are super fun. Yeah, especially with work, career, home, family. A lot of y'all went through some changes and you're continuing it. And then last month, all that intensely passionate energy that you're feeling with all that Scorpio energy. Oh, yeah, that's carrying over. A lot of things are carrying over from last month. But this month in November, your transformation is just going to be a lot more deeper. It's going to be a little bit more intense. It's going to be a lot more passionate. But then it's going to hit this slow burn. And trust me, you're going to love it. It's going to be good for you, okay? Like turmeric pills. Now, here's the thing. We have 5 retrogrades, and of course, we'll go through them, all right? And remember, Saturn, Neptune, they already went back into Pisces, right? But anyway, just know this month is a little complex, which is why for this forecast, I am going to focus mostly on the transits, the major lunations, and the retrogrades, all right? And we'll talk about some of the aspects when we break it down week by week. But I want you to think of these retrogrades and transits as chapters of your life story. That's how big they are. Some of these are once a lifetime, okay? But they're also complicated and they add to the complexity of November. So just know we will talk about them in your weekly forecasts. A lot of the aspects are going to have a really big impact on you. I mean, you literally see what's happening the very first aspect, okay? So buckle up, get some popcorn, get a Diet Coke. It's going to be, this is a busy month, and it's a powerful month. And when I say slow burn, a familiar one, yeah? Because, again, the outer planets, most of them are going back to where they were the first half of this year before the prison portal, all right? Before that started this summer. So it's a little deja vu-y. You can bet that this month will feel a little deja vu-y, all right? And out of sheer coincidence, a lot of the aspects, many that aren't on the whiteboard at all, will be repeats of times from the beginning of the year. So you can bet this month will be a little deja vu-y. Did you get that? Anyway, happy birthday. Let's jump right in. You are going to make really big internal changes, Sagittarius, in a really big way. And you're going to be refining, reflecting, all of that. A lot, again, you're going to be at a point this month reviewing a lot that's happened in your life. And remember, I said a lot of the aspects are rolling over from October. That would be including Jupiter trine Saturn. All right. Oh, gosh. And so that's actually going to perfect. And happy Daylight Savings Day, too, by the way. That's happening November 2nd. But Jupiter trine Saturn that is bringing this growth and stability for your long-term goals. So that's going to be a big thing for you this month, especially with relationships, money, building your wealth, your personal transformation, and home and family are really big themes for you. Enormous themes for you. And work, by the way. All right. So November off the charts. And also it's 2025, right? Where the time is speeding up. But with that said, 2025 is just an unusual year. So with this month, you can also expect the typical 2025 surprises that you've had, including urgent decisions, dramatic pivots, unexpected new circumstances, especially work, maybe some health, but also your radical revolution. All right. So the first thing, November 4th. That's right. Yeah. I've started these forecasts with you. Well, I started with Scorpio, but now we're moving on to you. So I just wrote all this up. Mars moves into your sign. Sagittarius, this is big. You haven't had this in 2 years. I want you to get really excited. Okay. Put on your astronaut outfit, get out some sprinklers, whatever it is. This is going to be huge. You've got Mars here for a few months, the planet of action and drive and determination and ambition, leaving its intensity of Scorpio, right? Emotional intensity, and now fired up. You are a fire sign. This is very spirited. You're going to feel this. You're going to be seeking adventure. You're going to be also, a lot of y'all are going back to school. You're going to be learning things. You're going to be teaching. A lot of you are going to be teaching, but traveling. I would not be surprised if 99.9% of you travel, okay? And that's even into December. Remember, Mars is here for 2 months. And this is all to broaden your horizons. I like Mars in your sign. It sets your determination for the month, being at the beginning of the month, and everything that you do with Mars in your sign is all about seeing the big picture for yourself, okay? And a lot of that will happen by going within. I hope that makes sense. It is such a complicated month because Mars is in your sign and you're just like ready to go, but then all these retrogrades are holding you back a bit. And as you know, there's still a lot of Scorpio energy in your 12th house, which is all about rest and retreat and hidden matters. So things are coming to the surface. All right. You're going to be having conversations. Now, the other thing is this month, it looks like it honestly, with Mars in your sign, and then obviously the sun will move into your sign. Venus will eventually move into your sign. We'll get to that. But it looks like you are going to be searching for more on your path to enlightenment, okay? You're going to have really, really strong emphasis on healing as well, all right? Especially this day, right off the bat, it is going to, Mars will be opposite Uranus and Gemini. So right off the bat, there may be something with partnerships, relationships, contracts, love, marriage that you're going to have to really think about, all right? And again, we'll go a lot deeper in your weekly forecast next week. Wednesday, November 5th, we have the full moon in Taurus. This is a big deal. This is a strong full moon, all right? Not only because the moon happens to be exalted in Taurus, it's bookended by one of the most challenging aspects, okay? And that is the Mars-Uranus opposition with Mars in your sign. So you see that's happening during this full moon. There is very likely something a little unpredictable that happens. You could feel a little bit shooketh, but it can be in a good way. Remember, full moons, they bring the sense of you using your intuition. They illuminate things in your life. This full moon in Taurus, that is your 6th house. It's your everyday activities. Also health. There may be something here with health matters. So please pay attention to this full moon. It's really, really potent. Work is a big thing, is part of the 6th house. Your responsibilities when it comes to work. You could be completing a project or even finishing a job. Something maybe tied to the end of April when we have the corresponding new moon in Taurus. And if you are a Sagittarius sun sign, remember some of these aspects, lunations, sometimes they're not about you. Sometimes they're about the people in your life. So it could be, maybe a colleague leaves or a boss announces they're leaving. So just expect some surprising things around this full moon. It's also a big wake up call, all right, with the fact that Uranus is involved, okay? Now, Taurus energy in general is all about stability, and it has to do with your values, your material possessions, your foundations, and also finances. So when I look and see what's happening for y'all, there really is something here that feels more like your breakthrough, like you're ready to break free from something. And to be honest, yes, there still may be some prizes, okay? Prizes and surprises. Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, once again, we will talk more about this, all right, next week. But it is kind of like a portal, all right? You're going to be asking yourself a lot of questions, especially, do I want this? Do I want change? Or how do I adapt to inevitable change this full moon has just brought me. All right. Now, when I say it's bookended by a challenging aspect, it's also bookended by a very amazing positive aspect, which is Mars in your sign. That's going to sextile Pluto. So that's a lot of power. That just feels really good. And that's why I say with Pluto being in Aquarius that rules your third house, a lot of y'all are ending something to sign something. Something new is happening, or you are going to have a really strong conversation, a very important conversation around this time. It is a third house of communication, but you will feel very, let's say, magnetic. Okay. So I really, really do like this for you. Now, you will see that Venus enters Scorpio on, is it this day? It's the 6th, right? Yeah. Thursday, November 6th. So this is very interesting for you. Venus is, again, leaving her sweet little castle in Libra, where she's in her domicile, for that intense depth, those deep waters of Scorpio, pretty much a month. All right. So I want you to consider that this is going to be a big deal for you. All right. There is not only this depth, but this intensity that Venus brings in Scorpio. She feels very empowered. She's wearing knee-high boots. All right, that's what it's like here. And this has to do obviously with love, relationships, money, creativity, harmony. But Venus is in Scorpio, and again, Scorpio rules your 12th house. So a lot of this is going to be hidden matters. It's going to be secret things. It's going to be your subconscious. There's going to be things that you desire, and they're eventually going to come out, all right, with the fact that you do have Pluto in your sign. And we will have a square with Venus and Pluto as well. So once again, it feels like you are going to be revealing something, saying some things. We've got Mercury, the Sun, and now Venus in Scorpio. That's a stellium, okay, of inner planets that you really feel that will be driving this intense transformation in your life, especially again for you. Love, money, relationships, partnerships, contracts, all of that on the table, okay? But your relationships are really at the forefront, Sagittarius, all right? Remember what I said last month. With all this Scorpio energy, what are you willing to endure for what you desire? And now that can't be any more apt with Venus, the planet of desire, okay? And remember, Scorpio energy is detective energy. Is that what is it? Investigative energy, all right? But in Scorpio. So like Jodie Foster, all right? Silence of the Scorpion, okay? There's got to be things that you're going to be revealing. It's just with what's happening here. But not, I mean, it can be in a way where it's, you being honest with yourself about something, truth coming to the surface. Maybe you reveal to your, husband that your deepest passion is ping pong, whatever it is, whatever brings you pleasure, that's Venus. But when I see what's happening for you, it does feel like you may go really deep. The 12th house is deep. All right. It's your subconscious. And as you know, what's upstairs 90% is the subconscious. Venus in Scorpio is also when you have a little bit of you you tap into that a little villain side of you. That's Venus in Scorpio, but she's also with the Sun and Mercury. So again, a little bit more intensity. And when I say villain, I'm talking more about Dr. Evil, okay? And Austin Powers. It's not even a thing. Anyway, that's all month. Now, you also see Uranus. Look at that. Friday. Moving back into Taurus. So, the same way that Saturn and Pisces moved back into Pisces last month is a big deal. So, Saturn and Pisces, oh, please pay attention. If this, there's Uranus moving back into Taurus, it's huge. Just like I said, Saturn and Neptune are back in Pisces the way they were since March 2023. Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs and surprises and your awakening, rebellious energy, moving back into Taurus, where it was since May 2018. And we'll be here until April 2026. And just like Neptune, this is the last of our lifetime. It's an 84-year orbit, right? So for a lot of y'all, this next few months, but starting now, will feel a little bittersweet, okay? It's like a little farewell to Uranus and Taurus, but was in your sixth house. You had some shakeups. You had some shakeups when it came to your everyday activities, when it came to work, when it came to employees, colleagues, things like that, okay? Especially if you're a contractor, freelancer, and health. Some of y'all had major health matters. And again, if it wasn't you, it was someone close to you, yeah? And then again, money and finances and your values. But you also had breakthroughs, yeah? And what's great about this is Uranus is moving out of Gemini into Taurus temporarily, yeah? Until April. So what does that even mean? Gemini is the mind and communication. So you, since summer, since July, could have had a lot of mental breakthroughs or even breakdowns. Uranus is chaos, breakdowns. When it comes to partnerships, relationships, there could have been some things here, all right? And so once again, some of y'all will feel a little bit of relief with Uranus back in Taurus, okay? Especially if Uranus was on your ascendant. Wink, wink. You get it, right? Uranus is still retrograde, by the way. It's just changing signs. And one thing that I want to bring to your attention, the reason why this is going to be a big deal, when outer planets move, they move, and you feel it. And this is Uranus, and you're going to feel a little bit of a rumble, all right? Again, your daily activities, your routines, work and health matters, even pets, okay? So sixth house rules domestic animals. There could be something here, and it could be your breakthrough having, I'm going to get a new pet. This is my breakthrough. This is what's going to bring me comfort, because Taurus energy is all about what brings you comfort. So you're also under the influence of the full moon in Taurus. So there's a lot of this Taurus energy where you are going to have this laser focus on what brings me comfort, and resources and your values. And again, work. There's gonna be some things here. This is not a quiet transit, okay? Like I said, a little bit of a rumble to it. It is retrograde, so a lot of this is you reevaluating everything that I said, okay? And a big detail that I just told you, moving from Gemini back into Taurus, that's optimal, because Uranus and Gemini, remember the mind, it expanded your mind. It expanded your consciousness. It brought this profound and innovative change in the way that you think. It made you feel a lot more creative. You saw solutions to challenges. So that's great, because you're bringing that with you, okay? And don't forget, Uranus was trine Pluto. It still is, to be honest. Yeah. But Uranus trine Pluto, remember, you felt that really strongly over the summer. And then last month, Pluto being in your third house of the mind, which is Gemini's home. So a lot was going on up here for you. You had a lot on your mind, okay? a lot of changes, especially in the way that you see things and think, process things as well. But the fact that you have had a stellium in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, all of that for, 4 weeks, 5 weeks now, that's your 12th house. That's up here too. So a lot of you are going to be in your comfort zone with these retrogrades, with this interchange to become the best version of yourself. This is your personal revolution, okay? It is Uranus. And with the Scorpio stellium, including the fact that Venus is Taurus's ruler, this is some radical change that you're going through, all right? Again, we'll talk more about it in your weekly forecast, all right? So the other thing is that just expect change. To be honest, just expect change. You see on Sunday, November 9th, Mercury moving into your sign, retrograde. Yeah, Mercury's going to be retrograde pretty much all month from this point forward. And your sign, but there's something that's going to happen that I'll tell you when we flip this over. So starting on Sunday, and actually for you, I would even say from the beginning of November, yeah, there's going to be people from the past and circumstances from the past that resurface. And for you, because Mercury's in your sign, it's likely you thinking of people and circumstances from the past as part of your self-improvement and going through all these retrogrades. Now, Mercury retrograde in your sign, strange, right? That's a strange world for Mercury, who rules Gemini, your opposite sign. So Mercury's very far away from home. Like I said, Gemini is the mind, and you, Sagittarius, you're more about belief, right? Faith and self-belief. You're Jupiter ruled. So this retrograde, you will be re-examining your belief system in ways to become wiser in your everyday activities. Remember, this is all about the big picture. It is big pick energy. You also, very likely, a lot of you are going to be feeling this urge to go back to places that you've loved. You are traveling, trust me. If you're not traveling, it will be traveling of the mind, okay? And there could be some legal matters that do come up as well, okay? And not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, like, literally, you could be getting married or something, right? That would be you signing legal papers. Anyway, just keep that in mind that there's got to be a lot of changes. We're going to talk about this a lot more. And of course, with Mercury retrograde, be mindful, delays, miscommunication, tech glitches, which, by the way, that big internet outage with AWS. Oh, yeah. So, do you watch my live streams? I called that. And I did say that, there's going to be more to come. And it is a strong Mercury retrograde. So, and I do speak more about this on greatawakener.com, by the way. Anyway, choose your travel partner wisely. All right. Mercury retrograde really has an impact on travel. And as you know, it is Thanksgiving. All right. Now, and your hotels, book them now. So Tuesday, November 11th, Jupiter will go retrograde until March 2026. So yeah, that does feel like a lifetime. Jupiter, your ruling planet, exalted in Cancer, which is your 8th house of death and rebirth, of change, which is Scorpio's home, meaning out of all the signs, you're up there, Sagittarius, in terms of having major transformation in your life this month. And just wait until we get to your birthday season, by the way. I got some really great news for you. So anyway, Jupiter retrograde is good, okay? Because you're spending time going internally, right? It's you being honest with yourself, especially with matters that have to do with home and your foundations and your family. But also, again, money, building money, your future, your relationships. But Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, I mean, it's Cancer energy. It's self-nurturing. It's embracing and connecting with your intuition for all this personal development and growth and wisdom. And yes, you're still going to receive luck and good fortune and blessings from Jupiter. It's Jupiter, all right? But at this point, know that it's Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Mercury, and now Jupiter retrograde from this point forward. So just prepare now. You're going to start doing spending time in nature, downward dogging. Spend time, have those meditative moments, rake up a big pile of leaves and jump in them. turn up the notch with your prana, your chi, your chakras, your manifestation, your breath work, all of that. This is your time now. This is your time with these planets retrograde. All right. I did say a slow burn. So again, that's the interesting thing happening for you, Sagittarius. Mars in your sign saying, go, go, go. But then you've got all these retrogrades. You're like, no, wait. I got to process this. I got to think about a big picture. I got to think about what I want, right? So this is true growth that you will be going through this month. And by the way, Wednesday, November 12th, Mercury will conjunct Mars in your sign. Remember, we had it twice in Scorpio last month. You get it in your sign, but Mercury will be retrograde. So yeah, circumstances, people, events from your past coming up. Anyway, or you reaching out to them. Remember, this is happening in your sign. Now, Sunday, November 16th. I put it here. I did. So I want you to get a big fat marker and circle this in your calendar. Okay. Actually, circle November 16th to about the 20th. You will never have this again. All right. First, Sunday, do it with lipstick. If you don't have a marker, just circle it. Sun in Scorpio is going to be trying Jupiter in Cancer. All right. And remember, this is a big deal because it's now the sun, and you're going to feel this 4 days, 5 days from this point forward. This is one of the luckiest. It's Jupiter, right? One of your luckiest moments. And it's where you just feel really radiant. The sun is here. But there is this huge sense of healing and nurturing and just, like everything that you are going through with those retrogrades, there's this connection that you are going to have that feels good. There's kindness here. It's gracious. There's, even for you, there's likely some recognition in store. There's something here that's blessing your long-term financial future, your relationships, something really special. My dog is barking. I'll be right back. Hey, thank you for your patience. Ruby has her surgery in a few days and is on medication. So am I, from the experiences I've been going through as well. Thank you, Uranus, on my ascendant. Moving finally. Anyway, Tuesday, November 18th, you see Mercury's actually leaving your sign, moving back into Scorpio. Huge. Okay. Really, really big, because Mercury's still retrograde, right? And so Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking and logic and the mind, just joined that stellium again in Scorpio. He was here all of October. You experienced Mercury in Scorpio all of October. You were going deep. You were unrooting things from the subconscious. You're making all these grand changes in your life. And so he left the party. He came back. Now you got 4 planets in Scorpio. Remember, the moon is here. So extra. This is a little extra in terms of that intensity that I was talking about. Because on this day, the moon will conjunct Venus, and Mercury will be conjuncting the sun. You see what's coming up too. So there's a build up to some really big things as well. What's happening now, there's a lot of light being shown on things in your past, and secrets, again, being loaded up, coming to the surface. And when I say that, again, it can be just truths, you revealing things that you've been holding in for some time, or you releasing things that you've been holding in. To be honest, or maybe a little bit of spying that you may be doing. It is Scorpio energy, and it is a stellium, but either way, it's all about being honest with yourself, okay? At the same time, there is that intense, deeply passionate Scorpio energy that you will feel again. Yeah. Maybe you deleted Tinder, and then an hour later you install it again because you need to write a message to someone who didn't write you back. There's a lot that could be happening around this time where you're going to be processing a lot, and there is that intensity, as in, I need to tell people something. I need to get this off my chest. So whatever it is, practice patience, okay? And remember, confusion precedes wisdom. It's Mercury retrograde, but definitely expect people from your past coming back around. Now, the other thing is that November 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live, yeah, we have the new moon in Scorpio, 28 degrees. It's a late degree. It's a late new moon. It's 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time. I hope you love caffeine. It's like a caffeinated new moon. It's, again, just like the Taurus full moon, with Uranus moving back into Taurus, not going to be quiet. Not this one. Yeah. Especially because you have Mercury not only conjuncting the new moon, but Mercury and the new moon will be opposite Uranus. Okay. So there comes the surprises and the unexpected again. But again, they can be breakthroughs. They can be really great breakthroughs. We will talk more about it in your weekly forecast. Mercury will actually try Neptune. Really great for you. You're really going to have emphasis on home and family. And this is really charged up. This new moon, like all gas, no brakes. Okay. Also, don't forget you have that grand water trine. So there's so much energy this month. I don't even know how to explain, like, everything that's happening when we do the weekly forecast. You're going to see all the aspects. You're going to see, and again, we're not even talking about many of them, but here's the other thing on this day, and please pay attention to this. Sagittarius, not even on the whiteboard. I don't think I put it on the whiteboard. No, I did not. Venus is obviously in Scorpio. Venus is going to be connecting and aligning with the nodes. Yeah. The nodes of fate, Rahu, Ketu, North Node, South Node, right? So what does that even mean? Venus is going to trine the North Node in Pisces, sextile the South Node in Virgo. There's a nodal axis here. There's something fated happening here, especially with home and career. All right. So keep that in mind. There can be something here a little unexpected. There can be something here where you even get huge downloads, intuitive downloads. Remember, Venus is in Scorpio, your 12th house. It's just a big time. Look what's happening November 20th. You have a Mercury Cazimi, the Sun conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. That's been building up the past few days. This is a reset, a refresh of the mind. This is when you really, truly unroot things from your subconscious. What is the subconscious? It's where we store our memories. So all these retrogrades that have to do with the past and all this stellium, Scorpio energy, including the new moon and the Mercury Cazimi that's in your 12th house that has to do with the past. There's going to be things coming up from the past. A lot up here. Okay? A lot up here. So just keep that in mind. Now, the bigger highlight, though, look at what's happening. You've got Uranus in Taurus that's going to sextile Neptune in Pisces. This is the highlight of the month. It's why it's in a box in that hot pink. 29 degrees, critical degree. Very powerful. It's part of the Prism portal, as you know. Okay? You felt it strongly in August. But these planets were in different signs. This is completely different now. You've got Uranus in Taurus. You have Neptune in Pisces. So again, there are some changes that you will be going through with your everyday activities, especially work and then health, family as well. Those are going to be big emphasis for you. But remember, you're going through this whole month of reassessing things with the retrogrades. Yep. And remember what I said back in August when we had this aspect. It's part of the Prism portal. They're peaks. Yeah. This is the biggest peak that we have not experienced this of this magnitude. And their outer planets, it's generational. I told you that this aspect we have not had since the 1960s, the late 1960s. Think about that time. It was very poetic. It was visionary. It was this revolution. It's your personal revolution. A lot of compassion, big breakthrough energy, all about your values. So again, there are going to be some changes that are happening in your home space and the foundations of your life and your personal relationships. But that's the thing. The fourth house, where Saturn and Neptune are, as well as the North Node with Venus aligning with the nodes in your fourth house. The fourth house is the private most part of your chart. Yeah. And you have your 12th house activated as well. And you have all this Scorpio energy. There's so much happening for you in terms of your transformation that's coming from within will come outward. And a lot of circumstances in your life, you are going to change. Remember, you create your reality. You have the power to change it here. All right. Just please pay attention to this cluster of dates that I pointed out for the past 4 days, but a lot more that's happening because you will definitely have like epiphanies. Okay. Big ones. Anyway, the other thing that's happening, you have, there is an opposition around that time as well. Friday the 21st. We'll talk about that later. I do like November 22nd, Mercury trine Saturn and Jupiter. This is like a million star day, especially with networking, with communication, a lot of, again, home and family stuff at the forefront, especially things from the past are going to come up. Now, because Mercury is going to be at 25 degrees here, Mercury's forming a grand water trine as well with Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces. There's something here about legacy for you. There's something here about your future, but there's also something here significantly about your past. And when I say that, it could be you thinking about what you want to leave behind for your children, grandchildren, if not, the next generation. That's what's happening here. This is a big moment for you, all right? But this is a lot of stabilization that's starting to happen. Now, another day that I'm going to point out for you is that you do have on November 24th, we're going to talk about this strongly, but a lot more in your weekly forecast. A Mercury will conjunct Venus, by the way, in Scorpio, but the bigger thing is Mars will actually now bend the nodes, meaning Mars is squaring the nodes of fate, and Mars is in your sign. So again, something fated here is about to happen, okay? And something really big in your life will change. Mars is in your sign. This is change that it just feels like you're going to make, okay? Now, the other thing is, especially, again, home is a big thing, and working career. Now, the last thing is, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. Venus trining Jupiter and Saturn. So now you see Venus is having a grand water trine with Saturn and Jupiter. I mean, this is just, we'll talk about your weekly forecast, but you see all these amazing grand water trines that are happening for you. Absolutely amazing. All right. Saturn bringing that stability. In your fourth house, home and family, real estate, the foundations of your life, even because you're going so deep, ancestry. Yeah, you may be discovering your roots around this time, or all month, in fact. But I really love this for you. The moon will be in Aquarius, sextiling Mars in your sign as well. This is like the perfect golden triangle for you. This is really amazing. And then Thursday, November 27th, gobble, gobble. You got Saturn going direct. So, Sagittarius, for many years now, you've had a lot happening in your home sector, home and family, okay? Saturn was testing you in that area, as Saturn does, and he's direct now, all right? So first, remember, you've got all these grand water trines, very emotionally moving, powerfully heartfelt, Thanksgiving, really wonderful, compared to the one last year with the aspects last year. But Saturn is Chronos, Father Time. He is the authority. He's going direct. First time since it's been July, right? When Saturn was retrograde. And him and Venus are really leading the brigade here. So I love this for you, all right? Saturn is going to have a moment with you, look you right in the eyes, and he's going to say, where do you stand now? And where do you want to be by February 2026 before he leaves Pisces? Remember, you've been experiencing Saturn in Pisces for 2 years. You've had your big life lessons with Saturn, the planet of karma, in home and family for 2 years. And this is the final moment. Remember, these transits, even these retrogrades, but this is actually not a retrograde, it's going direct. They're like chapters. So there's a new chapter happening in your life. And then November 29th, Mercury officially goes direct. Mercury's no longer retrograde. And then on that same day, and what I was saying about Mercury going direct in Scorpio, well, back in Scorpio, so Mercury's going back into your sign. when we get to December. But on November 29th, what else? Oh, yeah, Venus moves into your sign. You get Venus. You get Venus, the planet of love and beauty and pleasures and everything that you desire. So I really love that for you, Sagittarius. And happy birthday. Oh, did we talk about your birthday? Yeah, and then we move into Sagittarius season. That was on the whiteboard. Anyway, Friday, the 21st, November 21st. Sagittarius, let's get started. Let's see what is going on for you for this month. What a month it is. It is going to be a big month, November 2025. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What time? I'm sorry. I got to do a time check. Oh my gosh. Sagittarius, let's do this. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. Sagittarius. You got a lot of money stuff happening too. Y'all, a lot of y'all are getting new jobs, new career, new professions, starting your own businesses. You're getting things too in your material world. Again, I would not be surprised if a lot of y'all are moving or moving because you're accommodating for, maybe like there's a new family member coming in. Some of y'all maybe had babies over the summer. Your congratulations. But anyway, I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Sagittarius, y'all are amazing. Let's do this. Happy birthday. You are, wow. I really want to throw something at you, but like in a good way. I'm going to throw something at you. And you're going to... Sagittarius, what the actual fax machine? You broke my computer. I'm joking. I did. I think I left a mark. You're good. You're good. What the heck is happening here? What the heck is happening here? You just got all court cards in Major Arcana, but look at that. Wow. Let's get, you're going to make this easy. Ace of Pentacles. There you go. What did I say? I said something's coming through, something in your material world. That's the Ace of Pentacles. It's like I said, a lot of you are getting new jobs, right? We have jobs to make money. This is the biggest pentacle in the deck. A lot of y'all are going to get money through other ways because you've got Jupiter and Cancer exalted in your 8th house of shared resources, wealth building. There's something major happening right off the bat if it hasn't happened already. And so this is really exciting. You see the golden pathway here. This is a brand new journey. This is a brand new chapter for you. And so with your 6th house activated, even your 10th, with the South Node in Virgo, with the nodal axis and all the activations, your 8th activated, even your 2nd. Remember, Saturn natively rules your 2nd. So, yeah, money is going to be a big theme for you this month. And this is golden because the King of Cups and the heart of your spread, you are owning your transformation. You're owning all these retrogrades, all this inner reflection. King of Cups has so much compassion and empathy, self-love. Is the biggest heart. Yeah. This is a heart-based king, right? He leads with his heart, but he does what his heart desires as well. This is absolutely amazing because these are your emotions. It's the King of Cups, love and relationships and emotions and feelings and even intuition. He's really psychic, and you will be too. You are going to get psychic downloads with a stellium throughout the month in Scorpio in your 12th house. I mean, anyway, there is a sense of you just being very comfortable and working with your emotions. The only thing I'm going to say is don't bottle things up. And looking at what's happening for you, this is a month where you're not going to. All right? It is your breakthrough, your transformation, your freedom. Yeah? Wow, that's a lot of emotional stability. You have the Empress too. Look at that, but in your challenge area. So 2 things here. Whatever happens here, let's make sure that it's cool. We got this going. We're excited about it. There is a sense of overindulgence with the Empress in your challenge area, so be mindful of that. You do have a lot of activations with Jupiter, your ruling planet, this month. And like I said, Uranus is moving back into Taurus, and we have that full moon in Taurus, and that's all about your modern comforts. Taurus is Venus ruled, as I explained. All right, so there's a lot of associations with that here as well. All right, so spend a lot of time in nature if you can this month. And when I say a lot of you are going to travel, yeah, a lot of you are going to be traveling. It says, find that a patch of grass, but you're barefoot on it. You're going to feel the energy of the earth. The other thing is, yeah, there's got to be someone that you might have to have a conversation with. Someone who could be a little, when it comes to money, when it comes to love, when it comes to passion, there can be someone here who feels distant and also maybe a little extra as well. Keep that in mind. There are a lot of oppositions and squares this month. Now, look at this. You have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Do you see what's happening? Look down your cross. You have the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. This is your emotions on a whole other level. Remember, I said it is a deeply, intensely passionate, emotional month with going within. Y'all want the right partnership. Y'all want to be fulfilled when it comes to love, when it comes to the things that you desire. What is going to make your heart full? You're seeking it this month. And yes, in partnership, in relationship is a big deal. A lot of it with home. A lot of y'all are going through some moments with your significant other. You have been, okay? This is your month where you really go within and have that clarity, being honest with yourself. Knight of Cups is attributed to Pisces. Remember, you have a lot of that Pisces energy, even Saturn going direct in Pisces. Now, you have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, all right? So you've got all of them here. You got Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, all the water signs. So this is really great because there's a sense of you feeling all this comfort in what happens, what you do, the changes you make. This is saying you are the one that's going to make the changes. Okay. When I talked about circumstances that may be changing, you're going to adapt. You're a mutable sign. You're going to own this month. It's your birthday month. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. So I really love this. I mean, they're all leaders. You have the courts of the cups. And so it's all for this emotional foundation, emotional stability, this heart-based living that's just so beautiful that's happening here. Being in touch with your emotions. She has so much emotional intelligence and integrity. You're good. You're absolutely good. And that's what's happening with all this energy in Scorpio in your 12th anyway. Yeah. And all the retrogrades. And the other King of Wands in your future. Absolutely amazing. Why? Because the King of Wands is Leo. All right. Leo rules your 9th house. That's your home. That's your home. It's Jupiter's home. Expanding your mind, your horizons, broadening your horizons, seeing the big picture. But the King of Wands is the most passionate king. He's the fun king too. He's very adventurous, but he's a big leader. He's charismatic. People listen. So there you go. This is your role. You're moving into a place where you feel a lot like really free. But the King of Wands, very transformative king. Yeah. Has this sense of power and courage, but he's worked his way up. Like he's not sitting here from Succession or what is it? When things are passed down, like he worked his way up. And so he earned his spot here. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're going to love this. This is also, by the way, career. If you're for career, profession, at the end of the day, it's your passions. It's creative energy. It's your ambitions. It's willpower. It's the epitome of fire. And so really love this for you. Let's get to your stuff. You're good. I mean, you're really good, Sagittarius. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. Y'all, happy birthday. And y'all are amazing. I think it just fits naturally, this 12th house activation for you this month. Anyway, we'll talk more about it in your weekly forecast. All right. So all right. So yes, you're going to get a mic drop. You're going to get a crystal drop. You're going to get glasses drop. I'm going to give you Roger Rabbit. This is like your best birthday. Look at what's happening. I can't even believe this. I can't even believe this. You've got, look, you take that away. It's all court cards and major arcana. This is a significant month for you. Powerful month. It's a life-changing month. You got the Page of Pentacles. Amazing. There you go. Go forth. Go forth. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Go forth. There's something you want to grow in your world. A new job, career, business, money matters. Something that is this, it's the Page of Pentacles, this fresh new energy. But there's something rooting up in your life. And it's very clear that you want it. And you're going to have it. And just nurturing it. All right? Whether it is a new role or, you know, money that you inherit, whatever it is, you're good. You're good. There's something really grounding here. You have that Two of Swords. So, again, remember I said you have a lot of partnership activity. It does seem like that may be the thing that we're going to have to take some time thinking about which way to move forward. It could be a very new experience or maybe even a decision you never had to make before. You want to get to a point where you're comfortable, and it seems like it's going to be effortless with that Two of Swords in your external factors area. All right. The other thing is, yeah, it does feel like there also may be someone else on the fence or someone who needs to be a lot more clear in terms of how do we move forward? And even if it isn't a partnership or relationship, I mean, it could be a friendship too. It's looking at what's going on for y'all with the fact that it is a Two of Swords attributed to Moon in Libra. You just have that new Moon in Libra, but that rules your 11th house of groups you belong to, community, benefactors, allies, friendships. But it definitely could be someone who they need to hear your truth, okay? It may be hard for them. You know, death. You want it. You want change more than anything. And you know it. And it's like one of those things where you can't even convince yourself that you don't this month, all right? Like, and don't resist change. You clearly want it. And then lastly, you have the World and your final outcome. So when I say your life is changing, this is the most life-changing month for you. Your most unforgettable birthday season. There you go. There's your affirmation. You have the World, the last card in the Fool's Journey, the major arcanas, right? Be proud of yourself. This is a huge achievement. You just went through a really long journey. And as you know, through, you know, the major arcana, you had ups and downs, you had highs and lows, you had dualities, you had polarity, there was a lot. You made it, okay? And there's this stability, this promise of stability in the new chapter in your life. In fact, you got the Fool, didn't you, in the heart of your spread last week? You are going through change. You even see the wreath here, shaped as a zero, referencing the Fool. Like what comes after this card, the Fool, right? So, brand new journey, brand new adventure, brand new life. I mean, the World is actually attributed to Saturn, by the way. So, Saturn and Pisces, again, your 4th house. There really can be something here with home and family in a really big way. And money, Saturn, again, natively rules your 2nd house, which is finances and money and modern comforts and stability and all of that. Now, let me show you one more thing. Look, right? You got both the Knight of Cups and the Death card. It's basically the same card, right? Look at that. It's just changed. You just want it. You want it more than anything. And it's almost like you are going to do whatever you can to get it, and you're going to have it with this spread. Break it down week by week. The first week, as you know, is really big. We have Uranus going back into Taurus. We have the full moon in Taurus. We have Mars moving into your sign. There's just so much happening that first week. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay, the first week of November. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. So, yeah, there is going to be, I told you the full moon is a little, with, Mars opposite Uranus. Mars will be in your sign at that time, and Mars is the warrior god. So, you see, can be a little bit of egos at play here. There can be a little bit of not seeing eye to eye. This is all about, first of all, they're kids, right? And so, what does this mean? If there is any challenge that you come across, especially with that full moon illuminating a lot of things. And being in Scorpio season with a stellium in Scorpio, where there are going to be things revealed, very likely. They're kids. So this is just saying it's not worth your time to expend your energy into it. What do? You rise above it, all right? You get everyone together to work together. So it feels like there may be a little bit of noise there, and it just may be a little roadblock on your journey. So you're the one that's like, I got to clear this path. Now, the second week is you got Mercury Sunday the 9th going retrograde in your sign, and then Jupiter going retrograde in Cancer. You've got that amazing Sun trine Jupiter, Sun trine Saturn. I mean, that grand water trine is absolutely amazing. Let's see what's going on for you then. Yeah, the second week of November. Oh, oops. You have the Ten of Swords. It's done. It's done. This is going to be the week where it's Ten of Swords. First, you see the man on the ground, his hand gesture, same as a Hierophant. And so it's blessings. This is a blessing in disguise. So it feels like there is going to be some things that are revealed. This is a sense of even like betrayal as well. You may feel betrayed or lied to or deceived or, really hurt by someone. And I only say that because it could come up as a surprise. Two reasons why. One, you have all this energy in Scorpio, right? That's the 12th house. The lower expression of the 12th house would be hidden enemies, even self-sabotage. But either way, this card is attributed to Gemini. And remember, Gemini rules your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. There may be something here where it's over, we're done. Even if it ended in a way where you're like, there was exhaustion or burnout, it's done. It's a 10, it's the end. The sun is coming out in the horizon. That's how it works. But you've got to learn. Whatever happened here, you have to learn and embrace it to make you feel empowered. Use it to empower you. Any of the circumstances that you went through, use it to feel empowered so you never have to go through that experience again. Yeah, but it's over. That's the thing. Okay, now third week. Well, again, you have the grand water trine. You have Mercury moving back into Scorpio, still retrograde, and you have the new moon in Scorpio and the Mercury Cazimi in Scorpio. There's a lot. And then, your birthdays, and then sun moving into your sign on Friday, the 21st. So let's see. Oh, and then the Mercury has the grand water trine. There's so much happening. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week. Oh, third week of November, King of Swords. When I say you're done, you're done. When I say you feel empowered from whatever happened there, yeah, that King of Swords. The King of Swords, all up here. Swords are the mental suit, communication. This is someone with so much authority. This is someone, he's a member of Mensa, right? He's strategic, he's smart, he makes really powerful decisions. He is a really big decision maker, all right? There may be a contract here as well, but you see you've got 3 kings. Like, you're going to be good. Now, the last... and what makes that even more special for you is the King of Swords is attributed to Aquarius. And remember, Pluto in Aquarius is happening. And he's still out of bounds and direct. But the bigger thing here, Aquarius rules your 3rd house, which is signing things. Anyway, last week, you've got Mars, with the nodes. You've got Venus in the grand water trine, which is absolutely amazing. You have Saturn going direct on Thanksgiving. You have Mercury going direct on the 29th. You have Venus moving into your sign. Oh, that card really wanted to come out. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week. You got the 7 of Wands. Very interesting here. The only thing that's coming up here that I would say for you is that don't... Okay, so do you see how wands, they're your suit, right? Fire. They're epitome of fire. And the only wands you got the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Yeah? Wands, your creativity, it's your spirit, it's that energy, your ambitions, your drive, determination, actions, all of that. your passions too. They're Leo cards. Yeah. This is the first decan. This is the third decan of Leo. And then you have the King of Wands, which is Leo, right? You even see the lions in his throne. So what does this mean? Leo rules your ninth house. Okay. What I said earlier, ninth house is your home. Yeah. And so there is something here. Well, if there's anything that you're resisting or any challenges that you come across, it does look like it's someone that does not share your belief system, someone that does not agree with how you see things, your worldview. And honestly, something with travel, if you're traveling, may not see eye to eye with someone. It could be, I don't know, cashier at Alamo, whatever it is. But that would be that 5 of Wands, not worth your time, right? But when you get to the 7 of Wands, that's standing your ground. That's saying no more. That's saying I win, right? He's at the top of the hill, all right? So this is having courage. It's a card of valor, but it also is indicating there may be some moments where you have to do that. You have to stand your ground this month. You can't let anyone take away your power. Doesn't look like it'll happen, but you may have some moments. But remember, those moments just make you stronger. So anyway, Sagittarius, thank you so much. Next week, oh gosh, let's talk about, we'll go deeper in the aspects. Second spread, yeah. We're going to pull up our cards. We'll look at love. We'll look at career. We'll look at a lot of things. And love y'all. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Sagittarius, happy birthday. And tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link. It's in the description box. Anyone's welcome to join. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for your patience. I have to now edit all those empty. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.